Well, dawn has arrived. Came a bit earlier than I was expecting this morning. Got up at before 4 o'clock to get down here, but they said it was going to be a bit cloudy, but there is over there, but not over here, so it's obviously got light so quicker than I expected, because when you get a bit of cloud, quite often it can be half an hour's difference almost. Anyway, we're going to head out and we're just going to try and fish. I've got a theory at the moment that the fish are, because there's so many small sand eel, that the fish are feeding early, and then later on, when I've been going out a couple of times later on, I mean I'm catching, but I'm not catching as good as I'd expect. But there is fish there, I believe, so like I say, I think it's just the fact that that they're probably feeding a lot earlier, and then later on they're just snapping at the bait but not really sort of taking it or wanting to take it. Right, I need to put some fuel in this, but it's a bit awkward because I've got the big can. I will go without it, hopefully we'll make it. If not, we'll be rowing. Right, we're just checking the Lobster Master 2000 just before we go out fishing, because when I come back, let me just put this in reverse. When I come back, the tide's going to be up and all these rocks over there and that are going to be all covered, so it's going to be hard to see where to drop the pot, because there's only a small bit of rock area here. Apart from that, it's sand. We only chopped this down yesterday, so there is one in it. It's a nice one actually as well. Excuse me. That's a beaut. Nice big one. Its claw's a little small, but that's alright. It's doing its magic again. There's even a spider crab in this one. Hope we can get it out, because I've got a tiny neck in here, so yikes, this thing's lively. Oh, it's a stupid angle. Come on, out you come. It's the only trouble if you get spiders in this little neck, is trying to get them out, because it breaks your neck. Come on. He's not letting go, this one. Back he goes. Let's check the bait's still there. Yeah, we've still got bait on here. So I'm just going to pop it back again. Just get us back and get a bit close to the rock here. See, it's down there. If you can see that. Right. Pop this back again. And then we're off out, do some fishing. That'll do, right about here. So far this little pot's been really successful. Right, so today the plan is to see if there's any fish. This is more of a sort of test run really, just to see if the fish are feeding. It's not really to catch loads of fish. So many bits of weed still, even all the way out here. There's been a lot of little bits of weed this year. It's makes it difficult if you're trying to tow the lures. Now there's fish over this reef because I can see them on the sounder. What they are, don't know. Might be pollock. Could be bass, could be the bait. Trouble is I need the bass to be near the surface, because this lure is not going to go down that far. Even when you let it out, tide's dragging it along, you never know quite where it is in the depth. Once you start reeling, it pretty much comes up. But the birds are definitely starting to see something. You see I forgot what they call them now. There's little black and white birds. And they get all excited and start skimming through the water when they see something. I mean, the seagulls just make lots of noise, but those other birds, they know they're... Oh, that was a take. That's a take. Here we go. Oh, it wants to go down. I need the net for this. And I've got a load of lures hooked in it. Well, one lure. Can I get that out? We'll just leave it in. I might just leave that in. Yeah, it's just a pollock. But it's a nice pollock. I don't mind that. Oh, this rod's too long. There we go. It's a good sized pollock. Just beautifully hooked in the corner of the mouth. Now I've got the net caught on it. That's the trouble with the net. There we go. Lovely fish. Again, I'll keep the pollock. I do like pollock. I'll put it down just here for the moment. I need to get this sorted. Surprising to get a pollock that high. I mean, we did drift over a reef, so, or the rock that's there. This is some old line I've got to get rid of. There we go. Just let it sink a bit deeper again. Probably pollock. Hooked again. There we go. Now I've got the rod. Oh, nets. Don't you just hate them? There we go. Yeah, another pollock. Now I'm caught on the screw on the boat. There we go. Another good fish. These are really good eating size. Perfect size, in fact. So that's two now. So I've switched that lure out to a new one because I don't think it's... I think the nose was bending in the water, being it kept slipping like it was. We'll soon find out. This might be a bass, it's very small if it is. Yeah, it's just a small bass. Stop, 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 stop. Damn it, it's got it in the gills. Well, not quite actually, it's in the middle, you might be right. Try again. trailing up the wobbler, something grabbed hold of it. Don't think it's very big, but still a fish. Ooh, just got bigger, or I hooked some weed on the way in. Maybe it's swimming this way. Excuse me hitting the camera all the time. Not again. Bloody net gets caught on everything. I don't know why it keeps catching this fishing rod all the time. Almost. That's just a pollock, but it's a good size one. It's only just about hooked in the gill. I said the gill, the actual gill cover. There we go. And the parlor's in the net there as well. That's alright. It's okay. Put it with my other fish, which are in there. Got one bass and three pollock now. Right, well, I think I'm going to slowly start making my way back in. It's getting a bit ominous, that sky over there, but now I'm going to head back in, do a few of the pots, and then head home. Big lobster in here. Real big lobster. That's what you call a lobster. Just get rid of it. It's not a bad crab. Now, let him go. Get this bad boy out. Oof, look at that. Now that's a lobster. It's got to be, it's probably £3 that one, I'd say. Absolute cracker that. Right, so we're going to cut these pollock up we caught. Now, you can get various knives, filleting knives. I use this kind of thing, filleting knife. This is just a cheap one. It works. See, it has a flex in the blade. Now, you want a flexible blade, so you want it to be able to follow the bone when you're taking the fillets off. This is my old one, which is, like I say, a very cheap one, about as cheap as you can get. And then somebody bought me this one, which is a more expensive one, but same idea. Got a bit of flex in the blade there. Now I did have another one which is about half the thickness of this, but it was terrible because as you went towards go along the bones, and because it was so narrow, it would just go in between the bones and you end up pulling the bones up. But this is perfect. Right, so this is what you want to end up with. There's your fish. Now where you start from, here or here, is entirely up to you. Some fish it'll matter, like pike and that. If you go the wrong way, you'll pull the bones up. A lot of fish like this, it doesn't really matter. I tend to start from down here like this, then I just work along here. Like I said, this is why you want the flexible blade, so it bends to the bone. And then same again. Now I tend to leave a bit of flesh on the fish, but that's purely because the frames will be going into the crab pots, so I don't want it perfect, otherwise it's not as much use to me. So you do that, and of course I like to get rid of any bones, so I go over the top of the stomach cavity. I don't cut through it, leaving any bones in. I mean, obviously if you're buying a nice bit of fish like this, then you probably want to get the most for your money. But then again, you know, if you're buying a bit of fish, you're probably going to get the fishmonger to do it for you, and he'll do a proper job anyway. But if you're catching it yourself like this, I don't need to go too far in and on the stomach part. A bit awkward trying to get the camera angle. Should have put it on a tripod maybe, but you can't really see very well with the tripod either. You see here I've left some flesh on there, but that's fine. Like I say, I don't want just a bone in the pot. I mean, I'm catching this most of the time, so not all the time, but most of the time when I'm fishing. So there you go, there's your fillets, and there's your frame. And like I say, this, I'll chop this into 1, 2 and 3. So I'll have 3 pieces, which would be 3 pots. So those 2 fish there will do 6 crab pots. And then for this, I'll just move some of this paper back. Now you can scrape the scales off this. Best to do it on the beach in the water, sort of thing. Do your whole fish when it's in one piece, just scrape them off. You can leave the skin on then. Leaving the skin on sometimes can give a better taste to some fish, like bass. You can get a slightly better flavour if you leave the skin on, but it's up to you. I prefer just to skin them. Like with bass, they've got big scales and it's a messy job, so I just tend to skin stuff like so. There's the skin, that'll go to the pots as well. Missed a bit there, but if you miss a bit like that, you can actually just cut into the fish a little bit and then just literally peel it away like that. It happens with the pollock, because pollock's quite a soft fish. So there's one fillet ready. Just take it in and it will be washed. I'll just get these ones done as well. You need to hold the skin tight so that the knife doesn't cut through the skin. Like that. You got another fillet. And then I'll just finish these 2 off camera. Right, so there's your fillets. What you do is you put them on a paper towel, just dry them off. Like that. And you get your fillets, get yourself a nice bowl like this. Now what you can do is you can put whatever you like on them. You can put herbs. I tend to put a bit of aromat on. Salt, just a bit of salt is what we used to do quite often. So a bit of salt, a bit of aromat on there like that. Or spices, herbs, you can put curry on, anything you like. Whatever yours you prefer. Bang another one in like that. Do the same. Like that. And like I say, you can put fresh herbs and all the rest of it on. I'm just doing this quickly just to show you. Take that away. And there you have it, pollock fillets. Now what you do is you stick this in the fridge like that, and you leave it till tomorrow. You can leave it for a couple of days, but at least till tomorrow, and let the flavours soak in, and it'll taste a lot better. Pollock in particular. Pollock can be too fresh. It can be very bland if you eat it very fresh. Okay, I'm going to fillet up a bass. Now, I've just got the one. It's over the legal size, and it's only a few centimetres over the legal size, but that's all I want. I don't want a big bass, not just for me. So I normally start from the tail, like that. Do it the same as I do the pollock. Now this is a bit tougher because it's got a tougher skin and the meat is a little bit coarser than pollock. It's not so soft. Do that, turn it around, and then do the same as I do with the pollock. Like that, and like that. Again, I'll go over the top. I'll be a bit more, I'll take more of the meat on this one than I will with the pollock, because one, this is tougher meat, so you don't need as much on the bone, and two, this is an expensive fish, so don't want to be wasting it too much. There we go, one fillet, and then the fillet, same again. We'll take the other fillet off in a minute, but the fillet, you just literally do this. It's easier with the bass because it's got a tougher skin, so it's not so likely to cut through into the skin like that. You can, again, you see this is your fillet. Now the skin, you can scale the fish on the beach. Do it in the water, it'll stop the scales flicking up everywhere. And leave that on. You can bake it. This will add to the flavour a little bit. I prefer to just take it off like that. I like to have it just like that. And then what I'll do with that is I'll spice that up with a bit of just some salts and that. I'm not into spicy food, so, but if you like your curries and your chilies and that kind of thing, you can put it on there. So I was going to go with the frying pan method, but then I changed my mind and decided we'd go with the grill. So basically I put a bit of tin foil on there, threw the fish fillet on, a little bit more rock salt, bit of pepper, do the job. And you can do whatever you like. You can put herbs on it if you like, or anything else you've got. And then basically put that on there, and I'm going to shove that in the oven for a few minutes. Doesn't take long. You could do this in the frying pan, you could do it on a barbecue, you can do it out in the wilds if you like. It doesn't really matter. Whatever's your preference. Voila. There you have it, one piece of fish. The trick with fish is never overcook it. Cook it so it's just white through, and it's perfect. So there you go, fresh bit of bass, bit of salad, a couple of slices of bread, and a slice of lemon. Now we did this in the grill. You could do this in the oven, you could do it on a barbecue, you could even do it on an open fire. It's entirely up to you how you like to do your fish. But this is just a very simple way to cook up a bit of fish, and quite often I find one of the best. And at the end of it, it's very, very tasty. Alright, so there's the fish. It's after 24 hours. Nice bit of pollock, and there's a bit of bass left over as well. So we're going to get that cooking. So the fish is going to be pan fried, and as you can see, it's been lightly floured to stop it sticking in the pan. So there you have it, a lovely bit of pollock with some white sauce, a bit of salad, and a little bit of potato. Absolutely perfect.